Hey guys, it's your big dreamer and doer G Dinero coming to you today with another breaking down the trade. This one is the latest Invest Answers MicroStrategy 180 synthetic long that was just placed a few hours ago today. Remember, none of this is tax, legal, financial investment advice. It's your buddy G Dinero helping you increase your financial literacy to help put you and your family on that path to financial freedom. So with no further ado, let's jump in. First, though, let's give a special thanks to CCJ56. She said, "Yay, I've been waiting for your video all day. Gee, I seriously needed the fired up version of you. That MicroStrategy FUD was the worst I've seen in a very long time. Thank you for all you do for us. Also, I have a feeling I'll be holding on to the MicroStrategy side of the pair trade for a few more months if Bitcoin hits the $70,000 marker." So I put out a video yesterday saying I thought it looked like things were starting to bottom. And I just said, you got it. The gloves are off. I'm fired off. I'm tired of seeing people get wrecked, and you can see the rest. So amazing start to my Wednesday. Bull Bear Saul said, amazing start to my Wednesday. Not sure what G is talking about. Then just join the community. Within a few weeks, I started rebuilding the charts myself after taking his classes. In the end, it's not rocket science, and everyone in the community supports each other. GB. So thank you so much, CCJ56. Welcome to the community. Thank you so much, GB. Appreciate you being in. Bull Bear Saul. Appreciate you being in the community too. It's so awesome to have you guys in there. So this is the trade alert, the rationale. I'm not going to read the whole thing for sake of time, but the bottom line is Invest Answers believes it may be a bottom. Maybe not the bottom, right? The difference would be maybe this is a low spot for MicroStrategy around 170, 180, where it's been the last couple days. It could go lower, but this could also be a bottom, and we start to rebound from here. And in order for this trade to be profitable, it needs to go above 192 in 800 days, and he's doing something similar to what he did back in 2020 and 2022, just taking a very leveraged approach to the way that he's purchasing his Bitcoin at the end of the day. So this was the trade, and that's what was alerted. There was no chart this time, so that's why I'm skipping right over it. It basically talked about selling the 180 put and buying the 180 call. So Invest Answer sold the January 21st, 2028 MicroStrategy 180 put for $71.50. He collected $7,150 per contract and needed $18,000 of something, cash, collateral, margin, to collateralize the put, right? That's because of assignment risk. He could be put the shares or assigned 100 shares of MicroStrategy at 180 on or before January 21st, 2028, and he'd need $18,000 in some way, shape, or form to pay for those shares. He also bought the January 21st, 2028 MicroStrategy 180 call, paying $83.50 for the contract. That means he spent $8,350 per contract. When you net those two together, it's a net debit of $12 a share, or $1,200 per contract that he put on, making his break even $192 by January 21st, 2028, which is calculated by taking the strike price of the call and adding the cost of this trade, and that comes to $192 a share, or a grand total of $19,200. Would be the break even if he turned around and exercised the call portion of this trade. What's the biggest risk? The MicroStrategy goes to zero and your assigned shares at $180 a share. When you multiply that by 100, that's $18,000 worth of shares that are worthless, and it would result in a total loss of $19,200. Now, I believe the likelihood of MicroStrategy going all the way down to zero is like 0.0001. But people always ask, what's the worst thing that could happen? You would be out $19,200. What's more likely? Well, if MicroStrategy were to stay in a bear market and it drops all the way to $100 a share and it stays there for the next 2 years, 800 days, then the calls would expire worthless. You'd be assigned the shares at $180 a share times 100. That's $18,000 that you'd have to shell out, and the shares would only be worth $10K. Plus you're out the $1,200 for the original SL. So basically you spent $19,200 for shares that are only worth $10,000 in that case. But what's the best thing that could happen? What does the return look like? And guys, if you don't already have Optionstrat, Jump on optionstrat.com/GDinero. You save, I think it's like 25% or something like that. I think it's off your first month, but still, who doesn't like to save money, right? And it gets you all the features. I live on Optionstrat. I use it all the time to build trades and to track others' trades. I paper trade their stuff so I can see how it's doing on a regular basis. I have every single trade cataloged that Invest Answers has done over the last 3 years, right? It's cool to watch how they perform. Some do great, others not as good. And you can then see what's your style. What would you do differently, or what would you have done differently? Anyway, with all that said, I built the trade in here into Optionstrat. You'll notice it's the January 21st, 2028, 180 synthetic long, $1,200 debit. And I put in there, what if it went back to the previous all-time high? In November of 2024, we hit $548 a share. So I said, what if we had a 212% increase to $548 a share? And you'll see that down the left-hand side of the graph right here. The puts in that case would expire worthless. Nobody's going to sell their shares to you all the way down at 180 if they can sell them out on the open market at 548. So the puts expire worthless. What about the calls? What would they be worth? Well, at face value, intrinsic value, each and every one of them is worth $36,800, $368 a share. Multiply that by 100 shares. And how do you calculate that? You take 548 minus your strike price, which is 180. That comes to $368 a share. Multiply that by 100. And you're sitting on a calm, cool, just under $37,000 per contract. That results in a $35,600 profit, or a 30.66x return. I like it, right? It's risky. People are all fudded out about MicroStrategy right now, but some of us are pretty pumped on it because we're getting MicroStrategy on the cheap. After we had rotated into Tesla, and now we're able to rotate back into MicroStrategy. But you got to have the faith, like my buddy George Michael says. No, I'm not going to sing it. I'm horrible. All right, so you want to see more content like this, guys? First and foremost, make sure you like this video. Smash the like, drop a comment. What'd you like best? What'd you learn today? Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Yes, we passed 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. 3,003 subscribers the last time I looked. That is freaking awesome. Super, super pumped on that. And then the other thing you got to do is go book a course so that you understand all this option talk that I was talking, or join the new coaching community. That's available all over at gdinerocoaching.com to make your life easier. I put the links in here on the screen. So you can go to gdinerocoaching.com/TradingView and technical analysis, coupon TV50, or just go to gdinerocoaching.com. Click on that you want to buy the TradingView and technical analysis course, put in TV50 off, and you're already saving on our Black Friday specials. They've been available for the last few days, and they're available through the end of the month. So don't wait. By the time I go make the next video, those deals are gone, all right? So 50% off all the courses with 365 days of access. Not just 60 days now, you get a whole year's worth of access with this Black Friday special that we're running. Again, the coupon codes are TV50 off, options 50 off. And what's this about the community, right? Guys, it has been a massive success. We're pushing 3 weeks tomorrow. 3 weeks since we launched, and that's tomorrow. Let's just say we have triple-digit number of members already in the community. It is insanely active. We're averaging probably 20 to 25 different posts and comments every day. I'm in there probably spending 1 to 2 hours a day answering questions in a detailed format. We've already had 2 Ask Me Anythings where there's been live trainings, and I've jumped on for 2 hours at a time, answering your questions, making sure that you understand how to truly trade and invest, right? Whether that's in stocks and crypto, whether that's in options, whether it's a perp trading question, you name it, we're answering those for you. And you're getting basically like investment university is what I call it. If you want to join the community, go to gdinerocoaching.com/founders only. Our founders only special is running through the end of the month, and it includes the 30-day access to the TradingView and Technical Analysis course for free. You don't get the whole year, but you get 30 days to get a taste of the courses. Or just buy the courses. They're 50% off right now. That's a better deal than what you get by being a community member and joining the community next year. By then, you'll get 25% off the courses, but the 50% is only good with this current Black Friday special that we have going on. So remember, go to gdinerocoaching.com. You'll find out pretty much all this information is right there on the website, guys. I'm G Dinero. I'm here to help you increase your financial literacy to help put you and your family on that path to financial future. Let me try that again. I'm G Dinero. I'm here to help you increase your financial literacy to help put you and your family on that path to financial freedom. Have a happy Thanksgiving, guys. I'm super, super thankful for each and every one of you. I am looking forward to a couple of days to just rest, recover, be with my family, be in my faith, and be excited about what 2026 has to offer, guys. It's going to be a fun ride. We'll see you next time. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yo, G Dinero in the house. Charge up, let's go. G Dinero, coach of the trade, stacking that green. T at Tuesday, money Monday, living the dream. Options popping, Bitcoin rocking, Tesla on fleet. Join the community.